Hello, it's the Short Muscle Official, and welcome to my channel. Yeah, it's me. I got my jacket on because it's cold outside. Here we are on location at Princeville High School, where we will be interviewing the legendary varsity girls basketball coach, John Gross. Hey, let's get started. Let's go. Once I had the opportunity to get settled and sit down with this Hall of Fame coach, he began sharing memorable pictures of the past. It was like going through a time warp with Coach Gross as he shared special moments that shaped his career as a coach and as a man. I saw pictures of his 2005 team that went 38-0. He shared a picture when he first started coaching. I couldn't even recognize him. I saw pictures of his previous star players that went on to play at the next level. Some are coaching their own basketball teams. He shared pictures of how popular it was to attend high school basketball games in his early coaching days. These game attendance would often almost fill Bradley University Stadium. And what did you say about that picture again? Point that out, sir.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was at Field House at Robertson Memorial Field House at Bradley University.
Mm-hmm.
And playing Dunlap just in a conference game, but it was my chance to win 500, and we got it that night.
Ooh, outstanding.
And this is a picture of the 05 team that went 38-0.
38-0. Well, that's awesome.
Let's see what the crowds used to look like in girls basketball in Peoria. That's between Limestone and Richwoods.
Oh, wow. That is massive. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
They got bigger. We filled up half the assembly hall.
Yeah, I heard that. That's a shame. It's just fallen off. That's
Yeah.
outstanding.
But
Let's get started with our interview. Hello, it's the Short Muscle Official, and today we're with a legendary coach at Princeville High School, Coach John Gross. How you doing, Coach?
good, thanks.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for taking your time with us, making space for us to understand your journey and to soak up the wisdom that you have. But before we get started, Coach, if you don't mind, I would like to read something to our viewing audience today.
Okay.
Today, we are honored to sit down with a true legend of girls basketball. For more than 41 years, this coach has dedicated his life to the game, building winning programs, shaping young women, and setting a standard of excellence that few will ever match. With an incredible 25 to 30 conference championships, 2 state titles, and a state runner-up finish, the trophies tell part of the story, but the greater legacy is in the lives changed. Over the course of 4 decades, this coach has sent hundreds of female student athletes on to compete at the next level, opening doors to discipline, belief, and relentless work. Coach, thank you for the impact you made on this game, on your community, and on generation of players. It is truly an honor to welcome you to my channel.
Thank you.
As I stated before, Coach, I just want to share with our audience the wisdom that you have soaked over these few decades of coaching. So I have a few questions. Please answer as you see fit.
Okay.
My first question, you've coached for 41 years. What originally drew you to coaching girls basketball?
To girls basketball, I to be honest with you, I started with the boys as a volunteer assistant. It was okay, but I didn't see me moving up to be a head coach and doing what I wanted to do in a hurry. So I went and watched the girls a few times and thought they had a lot of talent. They just needed a coach. And my background is I went to the University of Montana I didn't play basketball there, but I hung out with the team a lot, and I kept stats and did some things for the coach, who happened to be Mr. Judd Heathcote.
Awesome.
And I learned a lot of basketball there.
Did you imagine the kind of longevity and the success that you started with?
I don't know, it seems like I've always had my best years, or some of my best years, when I first started coaching at a school.
Okay.
And it's, it happened here at Princeville. We had started out with 2 30-win seasons after a 19-12 first year. My first year at Richwoods, we had a 38-0 team that won the state championship team. And then at Limestone, back in the late 70s, early 80s, we had some really, really great players and great teams. Even though it took us till 92, after 8 tries at state, to finally get a trophy.
Awesome. What keeps you motivated after 4 decades on the sideline?
Competition. I really enjoy getting out there and trying to make the most of what I can of the team that I have, and I love being around the kids. Helps keep me young, even though I'm not.
Oh no, you're looking good, Coach. You look good.
But I think I'm young. It's fun.
Outstanding. Coach, how has the game changed from when you first started to today?
Well, the biggest changes happened in the 80s with the 3-point arc and the small ball. I had a girl at Limestone before that scored over 2,500 points, and think what she could have done with the 3-point arc, because most of her shots were from out there. But those were the changes that changed the game the most. For me, there's been a lot of things. The game's become a lot more physical.
Mm-hmm.
The game's become just seems to me not as exciting as it used to be because of the crowds. And COVID's really started that.
Yeah, the COVID did shrink the crowds.
It's been hard to bring people back to watch games, and I would love to be able to go down to the state tournament and see, thousands of people there instead of hundreds again.
I agree that COVID has changed the climate of all sports across the board.
It's changed a lot of things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You've won, as I mentioned before, you've won 25 to 30 conference championships. What does sustained success take year after year?
I think for us it's been doing the same things over and over and over again. So I would say perseverance. I would say being repetitive in our practices, and just trying to get the most out of the kids. Some way I seem to have a knack to be able to do that most of the time.
Wonderful. I enjoyed looking at some of the pictures that you shared of your championships. And what made your 2 state title teams special?
Well, the 38-0 team, being my first year at Richwoods, what made that special was we had an absolute all-star team. Every one of those kids could have been all-state, and there were a couple kids on the bench that I would just love to have now.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't get a chance to show how good they really were. But it takes talent.
Mm-hmm.
And we had that. The 04 or 09 team was the same way. We had decent size. We had good guards. Kids played well together, just like the 05 team. And same thing in 92.
Okay.
I had good all-around teams. It wasn't anything special that we did. We just played good basketball.
How do you rebuild after losing great seniors or star players?
To be honest with you, usually when that happens, I rest for about 5 minutes, and then I start thinking about what next year's season's going to look like.
Excellent. So you evaluate it.
You can't live in the past.
You can't live in the past. So even though
we enjoy the moment if we do well, but otherwise, I still, I'm still coaching if we lose. So
you've sent hundreds of athletes to the next level. What qualities separate a good player from a great one?
I think ambition is important. We mentioned talent, which is always important. I think an attribute that most girls don't have is they're not gym rats. They don't play the game like the boys do, but they've got to have some of that. And I think some of the best players I've ever coached have had brothers or siblings that push them along.
Awesome. What's your approach to developing young or inexperienced athletes, especially in this generation?
It can be a chore, but I mean, the thing there is to get them to buy into what we're doing. Once we can get that done, and that's not always easy, then just go do what we do. I mean, we do the same things day in, day out of practice. We do a lot of running with the ball. We do a lot of passing, a lot of fundamentals. Doesn't always show up, but that's what we keep working on. And you find out in a hurry those kids that are willing to do that.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is true. What are your non-negotiables for your program? Things that you will not tolerate, you will not bend, nor will you break on.
There are some things that we do. I mean, I don't have a lot of rules. I learned a long time ago rules get broken and then you have consequences. So we run a pretty tight ship, but we do it, I would say, very democratically. We tell the kids what they can do, what they can't do, like, the business things, ride the bus home, ride the bus there, be at every practice, try and work your schedule around it so you can be there, those kind of things. But the main thing we do is instill sportsmanship in them, I think. I had maybe one or two kids over 47 years get a technical.
That is true. They're very disciplined.
And they were unwarranted, but they happen.
Absolutely. What advice would you give a young coach just starting out today?
I think the first thing they have to do is decide what they're going to do. I mean, they can't go in there and try 20 different offenses, 20 different defenses. They got to pick what they think will work for them and their program and stick with it.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Don't want to do that too soon. But legacy, I mean, I don't know if I really wish to leave anything behind other than all those kids that I've coached. I hope they've done well, and I know many, many of them have. When you coach that many kids, you don't hear from all of them, and sometimes you get surprised they're out there coaching and you didn't even know it. But the best thing for my legacy is for those kids to keep carrying on what we started.
Coach, I think that's an excellent legacy for people to remember the impact and what you have imparted in the lives in these young people. And I know, like, the one particular McGann lady, coach, she's now a principal at Stark County. Last and final question for you, Coach.
Okay.
How would you like players to remember you?
As their coach and as a fair coach. I don't want to play favorites. I mean, out here I don't have a lot of choice. I have 5 kids, so I play 5 kids, and keep them in the game sometimes can be a challenge. But I would just want them to remember me as being their mentor or their coach.
Coach, want to thank you once again for opening up your door to us. The wisdom that you shared. I believe that you are a gem, that you are a gem to our society, especially when we see how society is changing, how people and kids are involved in sports. We need coaches that have a firm foundation from where we can draw history. I enjoyed the pictures. I enjoyed all the memories that you opened up your door to us on today.
Okay.
Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone, we're out of here. If you enjoyed the interview with Hall of Fame girls basketball coach John Gross, like the video and subscribe to my channel for more content.